Well, welcome to the beginning of this new course on theology, technology, and digital culture. I hope your semester wrapped up well. There's really not much of a transition from the fall semester into this first winter term. So we're going to jump right in. As I said in the introductory video, keep in mind that this is an intensive course. It's only 3 weeks long. And that means that every day of our course is the equivalent of a week in the semester. Now, we obviously can't do that much work in a day. However, you should block off 2 to 3 hours per day to work on coursework. This week is an abbreviated week because of the holiday, so there will only be material for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And you can spread that out as you see fit. I know there's a lot going on in the holidays for a lot of you, but there's just 3 days worth of material. And again, you should still plan to spend at least a couple hours on this. Most days you'll have a chapter or two reading from this book or from your other textbook, and you'll have some quizzes. You'll begin on Monday or whenever you're ready by making a little video introduction of yourself. And by the way, we'll be making videos periodically through the course. It helps us be able to see each other face to face, even though this is we won't really be having collaborate sessions, maybe one at the end, but it's a chance to see each other face to face, even though it's an asynchronous class. So you'll make an intro video for day one, and you'll answer a few questions. You'll introduce yourself, answer a few questions, and this will be the pattern for every day. You'll post that video on Monday. On Tuesday, you'll begin the day of work by going back and looking at your peers' videos and making a couple of comments. Normally this will be a typed response for the discussion board. So like on Tuesday, you'll type up your response, post it on Tuesday, and then first thing on Wednesday, you'll read everyone else's posts and you'll respond to a couple of them. And to get full credit for your discussion post, you have to reply to at least 2 of those in a substantive way, not just like a thumbs up, but actually engage them. And that can be saying, I agree. It can be saying, I disagree. Both of those can help the conversation get going. But don't just say, I agree, say, I agree, and here's more. So that's the idea. Imagine this as keeping a conversation going. One thing that is notable this week, every week there'll be a major assignment, and I'm pulling all those assignments out of the songbook so you can go ahead and look and see these experiments in praxis is what she calls them. And the first one is a 24-hour media fast. So you need to plan ahead a little bit, because what this assignment requires is that you abstain from all media consumption for a 24-hour period. This would be difficult in any circumstances, but especially around the holidays. However, I think there may actually be some special opportunities here because there'll be friends, there'll be other things to do, so this may actually be a prime time to do something like this. You can read about this assignment on page 62 through 64 of the book, and I've given you those instructions on Blackboard. But it's exactly what it sounds like. You'll be fasting for 24 hours from all digital media, including things like your weather app and certainly streaming, any kind of streaming platforms. She gives you a long list. Even digital music is off limits for this 24-hour period. So all that's off. You can still take calls. You can answer essential text or emails that are related to work or to school. I would say plan to just not do any work for this course during that 24-hour period. Make sure you get it all done in advance. So you've got 2 days off from this class on Thursday and on Friday, and then you also have the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. I think any of those would be great days for this fast, but do what you need to do. If you have a lot of things going on, maybe you need to get that done early in the week, and then you can put the schoolwork off for later in the week. It's your choice, but just take this seriously. And then there's 2 parts to the assignment for me. Before you actually start the fast, there's instructions for writing a paragraph to reflect in advance on what you'll be doing. And then after the fast, you'll write up a short reflection paper about this experience. So this is part of what we'll be doing in this course. there's really two things as we think about technology. We're going to think about the stories that we tell, and we're going to think about how that relates to the biblical story. And the Dyer book is really where we get about information about the story. We'll spend some time also thinking about the stories around technology, stories that the world tells about technology and transhumanism and the singularity. So we'll get into that in a coming week. So stories one. The other thing, and this is what the songbook will help us do, is to think about our practices. So the stories we tell certainly inform our practices, but our practices also shape our stories. And as we're trying to be more intentional about the way that we think about technology and the way we use technology, song is going to give us these exercises like the fast, which disrupt our current practice and open up some space to introduce new practices. And that's how I'd like for you to think about it. So we have the fast this week. The next week we will do just a stock taking, a kind of inventory of how does this shape my life? What are the practices that I already engage in? And did I choose those, or have I just kind of fallen into them? And then the third week, there'll be another exercise which will involve, she calls it creating new liturgies. And we'll talk about that more, but you can go ahead and read about it if you like in the book. So hopefully that gives you a heads up about what's going on this week. I'll have some videos posted normally. I'll also check in. I don't think that there'll be formal lectures through this course. I'll try to keep you updated with these kinds of video missives. But don't expect much more this week because I will also be traveling. So we'll really get into things more the second week of class, and that's where we're going to focus on the stories, the biblical story, as well as the stories that the world tells. So I hope that goes really well. I hope you guys do find some time for rest, even though you've still got a class going. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday. If you need anything, you have my number, and you can text me. You can also email me. I'll be checking email even while I am traveling. Well, good luck with everything, and I will talk to you soon.